It's up and stuck. Homeroom was smooth. Brings it down to Miami. Let's get it. So it's just Selena the motherfucking beauty.
Yo, y'all, listen. I mean, that intro's kind of nice. I do like her energy. What's up, Frankie? How you doing, bro?
She be having fun, and that's what it's all about.
Yes, that's exactly what it's all about, man. Just have a good ass time.
Hmm.
So, bro, what's good, man? What's up with Young Thug, man? the whole YSL, bro. They arrested 28 people to 88-page indictment. But I'm just gonna read it. Rapper Young Thug, or real name Jeffrey Williams, made his first court appearance Tuesday afternoon. Prosecutors say they named him in an 88-page indictment for alleged gang activity. A total of 28 people were listed in the indictment, authorities say. So, also along with him was rapper Gunna. Gunna was also, and then the Young Slime Life Enterprise, basically 27 of its associates, and to include Young Thug, are in custody right now.
So go ahead.
Oh no, I'm done. I'm looking at you like, oh,
Oh.
okay. I'll keep going. So look. He was. Let's see what it is. So he was charged with criminal participation in criminal street activity, conspiracy to violate the Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act. The indictment outlines specific charges. Da 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 da. Let's see. It states Young Thug conspired to associate and with others for the common purposes of illegally obtaining money and property through a pattern of racketeering activity and conducting and participating in the enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. What does that even mean? But no, I'm kidding. I know what that means. I know what that means. But man, like this is some power shit. Honestly, he gonna be on season 6 of Power.
This shows two things.
Yeah.
That when you're well known, you and you think you made it, you actually haven't made it. Or that people they don't know how to get out of the situation. Because I am just saying this. You are a fucking Young Thug. Actually, we should see what his net worth is too before I go and make any of these judgment calls. Let me go see Young Thug. Hopefully, he has a freaking something on there.
Bruh. The indictment lists over more than 180 acts that support just the first 56 separate charges handed down to the various members of YSL.
Yeah.
They had 180 acts. They said they've been watching these dudes since 2012. Since 2012.
Yeah, so it shows that maybe a lot of his net worth came from these illegal activities, because apparently he has the same net worth as Amber Heard.
How much is that?
Like $8 million.
Oh, damn.
So they're saying his net worth is $8 million. I'm not sure if that's true, false, how or what it is, but it comes to a point where it's like when you need to get out of the streets, man. You need to get out of the streets. You need to be smart enough, because you want to put all your shit at risk for what? And with these charges, it's like, what are you doing them for? Are you doing because it's like someone disrespected you? It's like, I don't give a fuck. You got $8 million. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You're still making money. You're with 2 Chainz, Ludacris, Waka Flocka, and and because them. But apparently he has this troubled childhood that he has to keep on his image, and like that's the thing like I don't get. And it's not just Young Thug, it's celebrities everywhere. Let me put everything at risk. It's like, for what? Because that's the thing. Even if you're Even if you're at a club and someone fucking scuffs your Jordans,
Yeah.
it's like, what does it matter?
Thanks.
And you're trying to be like, is it a respect thing? Is it what? And saying I have no idea, but maybe like that's the thing. Maybe he got a lot of his money from, I don't know. He got all his money from his illicit activities, or the fact that is that for a while because he's been arrested for controlled substances, reckless conduct, driving, all this stuff like that, and he's always gotten out. So he's like, oh, like I'm untouchable, and maybe that part of he just says, I'm gonna keep on keeping on.
Yeah, that does do that to people, man. Like among the charges, right, is aggravated assault, firearm violations, theft, drug possession, obviously participating in street gang activity, armed robbery, and carjacking.
Mm.
Right? They said they have been wreaking a havoc on the on our community, arguing that over 75% of violent crimes in Fulton were connected with street gangs. Da 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 da. I said just 2 weeks ago, a week or 2 ago. It doesn't. This is a direct quote from the Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis. So she said, "It doesn't matter what your notoriety is or what your fame is. If you come to Fulton County, Georgia, and you commit crimes, and certainly if those crimes are furtherance of a street gang, then you will become a target and focus of this district attorney's office, and we will persecute you to the full extent of the law." I'm just gonna say, statistically speaking and historically speaking, it's hard to beat a RICO. Like, they got 8 years. They said from 2012 to 2020. I don't know. You're gonna need OJ. You're gonna need like the Avengers of lawyers. Okay, you're gonna need Johnny Cochran. Okay, you're gonna need whoever Johnny Depp lawyer is right now. And then you need who the heck just got off recently? Like you just gonna need the whole team, the squad. You're
But
gonna have to have the best lawyers money can buy. And
yeah,
then
but
you're
it's
gonna need
like,
political support.
but they're saying like you're a corrupt organization. So I mean, and that's where it's like I said, he was talking saying like, hey, I get about $500,000 per show. So if I don't do 10 shows, that's $5 million. Because and that's what you're talking about with COVID. But and like and that's the thing. It's like once you go legit, you need to go legit. And that's what I think these people, like they stay in these streets.
Yeah, and they try so hard to not only just keep up appearance, but to like they live irresponsibly. Like, you got that kind of money, you should be straight. There's no way you can't tell. Like, if somebody said, "Yo, I got millions of dollars coming in, but I'm broke," I'm be like, "What is going on? What's going on? What car needs to go back to the dealership? What house needs to be sold?" Like, it makes no sense. Even if you're paying child support, like buku's of child support, you should not be in this position to where you like, you know what? I'm finna go to the streets. I'm finna go to the streets. And I'm finna get it how I live. Like, there was a 2014, I believe, shooting that's listed here that literally they tried to kill this one man, and then they injured like children. Like, they end up shooting a 14-year-old. Like, I'm like, at that point, you end up having to look at things and go, you know what? Maybe y'all deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, like that's a thing because it's, and like you said, they're trying to keep up appearances, and maybe some of these people, they started out in the gang because obviously, like I said, he had the issue where he actually went to juvie in 6th grade for breaking a teacher's arm. So obviously, even though it's not implicitly stated, I'm pretty sure that at one point he was in a gang. But it's like once you go ahead and you make it for all intents and purposes, and this is not just freaking Young Thug. This is football players, basketball players, whatever. Like once you make it, you really do need to leave that life behind and not keep a foot in it, not organize it from afar. You need to leave it behind because now you have a new income that is one legit, but two could set you for the rest of your life because the thing is like because he could have done the Ludacris path. It's like because he grew up in the same neighborhood as Ludacris.
Yeah.
So, and Ludacris, he's like, I'm doing this. Now I'm doing music. My music isn't doing as well as it once did, but now I could do movies. Now I could do commercials. Now I could do sponsorship stuff. You could go the Dr. Dre route and everything too, because he's like the best one. He's like, you know what? He might have done some shicey stuff in the beginning, but he's like, hey, guess what? I need to move away from that. And then he started Beats by freaking Dre and fucking got bought by Apple, and and now he's a freaking billionaire. It's like, do you think he'd be able to do that if he was still doing petty shit on the street?
I mean, look at Jay-Z.
That's what I mean. But I mean,
like that man balling.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, do you think you'd be able to do like that petty shit? Do you think that they'll be able to get to where they were doing petty shit on the street? And I always say it with the fucking Aaron Hernandez too. It's like you make that much money, and you had to go kill a man. Like, one, for what? Because people still fucking don't know. And it's like, you made that much money that you can go to a country with no extradition and freaking fly out there, go out there, keep your money, and then freaking have someone else off them when you're gone and be like, I'm sorry, I was over here with my girlfriend. You
got a good point.
Like, they're so freaking primitive and after that basic instinct is like, oh, I don't want anybody to disrespect me. I'm like, who gives a fuck if they disrespect you? You're a fucking, that's the thing, because he got in a beef with a semi-pro freaking football player, a semi-pro, and this was before the USFL and all this other shit. So because I guess those are professional football, so it was pretty much below that. And the thing is, when in the semi-pro football leagues, they're less known than college players. Damn. So you got freaking beef with a semi-pro player when you're a starting tight end for the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
And you went to the Super Bowl and everything, and then you got a big payday. It's like, you can't have that beef beneath you. And he was like, you know what? All right, just don't come near me anymore.
Like, you too rich to even be around, dude.
Well, like I said, like, you could be around it, and the thing is, you could remember where you came. It doesn't mean you have to go back there.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you have to go back there. And I think people, they use it like as a badge of honor, like, oh, I'm from this and that, and I did this. And it's like, yeah, so what? You used to be poor. So like Drake said, started from the bottom, now you're here. There is no shame. And people they're gonna try to tear you down. I'm like, oh, you're soft. And it's like, okay, let me go cry into my fucking money and my millions and millions of dollars. Right. I wish I would freaking win the lottery. And then some people say, oh, money changed you and I'm soft now. I wish someone would say that. I'm like, all right. Has it hurt my feelings? It does.
I mean, my thing is, like, when you run into wealth, it's supposed to change you. Like, you're supposed to move differently. You're supposed to think and act differently because there's more on the line. Like, that just comes with the territory. Like, there's certain stuff you're just not around anymore because why? You're rich now. You're doing different things. You should be.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, it's not even about being rich now, because one, a different set of doors is open for you. And the thing is, you worked hard to have those doors open for you. Why in the hell would you close them?
Yeah.
And you close them because someone hurt your feelings. And the thing is, it happens to, and that's the thing, it happens a lot in the fucking Black community, because we were talking about this before. Because people, and that's the thing, and then it perpetuates a cycle. Because say if someone makes it, and maybe they don't make it rich, but they make it out of the hood. They make it out of the hood, they get a good job, they do whatever, and they're at a point where, they could be a college booster, they could do this, they could do this, that, or the other. But since they made it out, and if they don't give everybody a freaking handout, the people, they freaking, they talk shit about them, they try to tear them down. And then they try to tear them down. So, and two things happen. People, they go down and play in the mud with them and lose everything, and then people are like, oh, haha, you ain't shit, or they leave and go somewhere else, and then people, they still talk and they're like, oh, you ain't shit, blah blah blah, like you don't do anything for us. It's like, I don't do anything for you because you constantly try to tear me down. So I'm going with a group of people who, guess what? If they're affluent, they might not be African American, they might not be black, they might not, they might not be a minority, but they respect me more, and they don't try to tear me down because they welcome what I have and what I can bring. Instead of trying to tear me down for what they don't have.
Right, and I feel like to me, like a prime example of that is Nipsey, right? Nipsey went back to his community, was doing great things. And his community, he died in front of his store.
Yeah.
Like that's so ironic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To be that where you died at, where you started building your empire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you went there to actually, you know what I'm saying? And he was giving back, he was doing all the things. And you know what I'm saying? Like somebody made the argument, like, oh, well, you know, like somebody has to go back. I'm like, there's ways to interact with your community without physically making yourself that available.
Oh, I am totally down with that. Like I am down with, hey, it's like, you know, because especially if there are some issues. And the thing is, people usually know when there's issues of that too, and we have to we have to get rid of the notion of, it's like, hey, we have to go ahead and you know, and like I said, like you said, there's more there's more than one way to get back to your community. You don't have to physically be there, but two, it's like you don't have to go back, especially if people are trying to go ahead and screw you. It's like, make a new freaking, you know, make a new home, give out that too. There's ways to get back to still affect that community. And guess what? And no matter where you're at, because if you're like, oh, there's the kids of, you know, say you like, oh, I'll put it this way, Richard Sherman from freaking Compton.
Who
was it? Richard Sherman.
Oh, okay.
From from LA. But guess what? When he was in Seattle, so he gave back out here. But then when he was in Seattle, he found the impoverished neighborhood out there and gave back to those kids. And when he was in the Bay Area, he did the same thing. So there's still ways to give back and still help everything as a whole, especially if for whatever reason you have a target on your back because you made it out.
Yeah. I 110. Sorry, goodness gracious. I 110% agree with your sentiments there, because I just can't see myself doing it, like, especially as when you look at rappers, right? And I'll try and bring this back to YSL. I'll try to bring it full circle. When you look at rappers, right, 95% of them die, you know, at least 90. I'm saying a ballpark figure. Don't nobody hold me to 95%, okay? But it's a really high percentage die where they're from. It's like crazy high. Like even Boosie said it. He was like, you're more likely to get killed at home. He's like, people ask me, why don't you live there no more? Cause you gonna die. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have unnecessary beefs. He said there was people beefing with him. He didn't even know. He's like, I've never even seen this guy before. And he was beefing with me. He said, this is a Vlad interview where he was talking about this. And he was like, it was just unnecessary for me and my family.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I wonder if Young Thug thought about. Did he think about his family long term? The health of his family when he was doing that? Like,
of course not.
Like that shows so much. Like, to be, the thing is, so many people are going to now suffer because he's in jail, because you're the primary breadwinner. Like, now your family is hurting, you know. Then you know what I'm saying, like, and that's can include how many family members you're supporting. You know what I'm saying. Your businesses are gonna suffer, which means all your employees are suffering.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. Your manager needs a new job. You know what I'm saying. Your publicist needs a new job. See, like, the people that are working for the people that work for you need a new job. Like, it affects so many people in a ripple effect. Like, when one person in the community goes down like that, it destroys like at least 100 more people.
Yeah, and now they have to find out if money was legit, because they're saying he's a gang, you know, he's part of a gang, and they're saying, hey, you know, you're associated with the Bloods, so now YSL could be freaking all that, and so now that's okay. How much money was legal? How much money wasn't legal? And that's the thing. Everything could be frozen, and that's really gonna screw over your family.
Oh yeah, they freeze all them assets. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, and it's like, what are they gonna do? Yeah, see, and
They
that's
shot in Atlanta. So hold on, Gunna, whose real name is Sergio Kitchens, and aspiring rapper Christian Eppinger, who was already in jail, accused of shooting an Atlanta police officer 6 times in February. They shot a police officer, buddy. Y'all are wilding. They are absolutely wilding. That's insane.
because they want to be cool about that, you know. And I mean, and that's what I said. They're fucking, like I said, they're wilding out because you want to be like, yo, I do this, and this, and it's like, no, you like you don't need to do that.
Wow, they claim close ties to blood subset gangs, sex, money, murder, and 30 deep. The indictment continued. Man, they are really, man, they are really out here like this. This is crazy.
Yeah, like I have.
Man, they putting in their lingo. That's crazy. This is crazy. Like some people don't have additional charges; they're just charged with the RICO charge in general, which is still enough to carry. I think. What does a RICO charge carry? Can you punch that in real quick?
Let me see.
Because I'm very curious. Like, how many years are you facing? Because I think a RICO alone is 20. Am I bugging?
Let's see. 20 years.
I fucking knew it, man.
Additionally, courts can order a forfeiture of property or assets obtained through illegal means.
Yeah. And if you blended all your money together through money laundering schemes, they're going to end up taking it all. So they finna get all the books, all the assets. That could include your house. They could put your family on the street.
Yeah.
You did all of that for what?
I mean,
And my thing
there's
is,
two things. It's like he might have been living a life that, you know, and his rap career was a lie and he wasn't making anything, or he just wanted more because he was being greedy. And it's like, oh, I'm in the gang and now I still need to keep up my gang life, and it's kind of.
bro, last album. Hold on, I believe his last album sold over 100K.
Well, no, I believe that. So that's why I don't. I have no like. I can't fathom it.
Album.
I cannot fathom it.
So that's Pink sold 90,000. 90,000. Hold on. Wait. That sold 90,000. Is that Punk debuts at number 1? Hold on. Let me see. Let's see. What is this? Bro, these things suck. These things suck. Okay, hold on. I think I got it here. Yeah, it was okay. It was 90,000. It was 90,000. Okay, so it sold 90,000.
Okay.
That's how much Punk sold. It sold 90,000. But then you got to realize, like the subsequent week, okay, yeah, it had to have hit. You know what I'm saying? That 100K. You know, like you're in the green, and then you're starting to do shows now and stuff. I'm like,
yeah, because he said he was getting so that's why I don't know because we have to see, and I can't do like a whole breakdown of all his finances and everything to see, was he not paying enough? Did he go in debt beforehand? Was he just trying to keep the gang afloat? There's a whole bunch of things left of what he did and didn't do.
oh my god.
So like unfortunately, like all we could do was speculate. So like I said, it was just like I said, there's we could be like, hey, guess what? He was living a lie. He ate too much money, or he was trying to keep the gang afloat, or he just wanted more money because he said, oh, I could. He's like, I could fund this with this because and that's the thing. Some people they never leave that lifestyle even when they should.
Yeah, and I don't know what else to say to him, man. I don't know what else to say to him. I feel bad for his family though. Like I really do. Like, cause that level of like their whole life is upside down now.
Well, that's almost as bad as freaking ASAP,
Oh
because
yeah,
he was arrested for freaking a
for
shooting
murder. Yeah, that's
in
right.
November, and
Oh my god.
it's like you have a baby on the way, you're doing this with your life, and it's like, why do you have to? And it wasn't like he was a witness; they're saying he was involved.
Yeah, I believe they said he was a trigger guy. Like
That's what
he's
I'm
the one who
saying.
pulled the trigger. Like,
So yeah, so the fact that and that's the issue. It's like, okay, so why do you have to be the trigger man? And it's like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you doing this?
yeah, and he's really gonna, man. That man, A$AP Rocky, you got a whole baby by Rihanna, bro. She's a bit like you were already dating her back then, I believe.
Yeah.
If how long y'all been dating, bruh, there was no need to shoot that man in November. You got you got Rihanna. I'm not shooting nobody.
Well, no, it's not even the Rihanna. How much how much money do you have? How many hits do you have? And you want to give all that up for what?
Bro, yes, but I'm just thinking present day. Like, I'm thinking you walk out the crib, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You look to your left, you know what I'm saying, as you're getting ready to get up and leave. You see Rihanna there, sun glistening off of her, okay, looking just as beautiful as she's ever been. And you go outside, you go through your day, that image is sketched into the back of your mind. You're on top of the world, and you go, you know what? I'm gonna shoot somebody today. What? Like, no, no. The only thing I'm gonna shoot is up the club. I'm just gonna shoot up the club and make a baby. That's it.
No, I'm
Okay, for
just
those that don't know what shoot up the club means, that means actually induced pregnancy. Like insert. Y'all know where I'm going.
I'm my thing is, you have all these hits, you got all this stuff doing it,
Yeah.
and you just want to throw all that away. And that's just what it is. Even with Rihanna, without Rihanna, with all like that too. Just
Yeah.
you're fucking dumb. And that's the thing. People they need to get out of that state of mind. Is, hey, when you made it, take a step back. Because guess what? You're not gonna hurt my even now. When people from my walk of life, we started the same, and they try to make fun of me about stuff. I'm like, okay. It's like, oh, and that's why
Mhm.
you're still doing the same thing, and you can't do shit. And I'm out here living my best life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
media,
Yeah.
have a podcast, got a YouTube channel, got my freaking stuff like that too. Got a good paying job. I get to travel the country, and it's like, what are you doing? It's
Right.
like, oh yeah, because it's like, yeah, you're like, it's not high school anymore.
Yeah.
And like you said, especially if you're dating Rihanna and lots of money, it's like, well, why do you need to shoot somebody?
Right. He's modeling her underwear.
Hmm.
Like, fam, cut it
I'm
out.
just saying, why? What was so bad?
My thing is, what in the world could you do to me to make me throw away millions of dollars?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What was so bad that it's like, oh, I want to do this? Because even it's like, talk about my mama. I'll just buy her new stuff.
Hmm. Man, you talk about my mama. I might buy your mom's house and make you have to pay me.
No, it's like that. Or I would, because I would go ahead and like that's the thing. Talk about my mom. You better hope your family's not renting. You better hope your family is not renting.
Yeah.
And especially with that much money, it's like, especially for nobody, I might buy your company.
Exactly. Like that's what like do some boss stuff to just get back at people. Do some
Yeah.
really boss stuff. Like there's no reason to be acting like you still broke. You have options. Matter of fact, you could just hire a guy.
That's what I want to say. Aaron Hernandez. That's exactly what I was saying. And he was going back to Barbados anyway. So that's the thing. Why did you have to be the trigger man? You're going back to Barbados.
Yeah.
Why did you have to be the trigger man?
See, that's beef.
Why?
That's real beef. I don't even know what it is. That's real beef. You're like, man, F this. F being rich. I'm finna go do it myself. Like, that's some Thanos level stuff. Like, guess I gotta do it myself. Oh my God.
He's like, fine, I'll do it myself.
like what? Oh my God, man.
He's like,
But yeah, seriously, praying for his family. They've hurt real people and children. My level of sympathy for them is like very low, but for the families involved, I do pray for the families because it's not fair to them.
and
But
hopefully they weren't in on it.
oh dear God, man! If anybody else gets a RICO, that's gonna be crazy, man. But yeah, this has been episode 128 of the Homeroom Smooth Podcast. Stay out them streets, and we out.